Hello students, good morning. Today we are moving to another topic, that is optical instruments. Balance of the chapter array optics. Okay. So in optical instruments, actually the portions were human eye, microscope and telescope. But the section human eye is deleted. Already it is deleted 2 to 3 years before. Okay. So no need to study, as you have studied in 10th standard in detail, structure of human eye, then defects of eye, etc. And in this year, you have to go through the microscope and telescope. Okay, microscope and telescope. So first we will start with microscope. Microscope, as you know, it is a optical instrument used to view very small objects clearly. So it magnify the small objects. So that is the purpose of microscope, and microscope is classified into two, that is simple microscope and compound microscope. Simple microscope and compound microscope. Simple microscope you have seen in laboratory, that is a magnifying glass. It is a simple convex lens. That is why it is termed as simple microscope. It consists of only a single convex lens. You have to study the construction, then its working and also the equations for magnification. Okay. If you are clearly getting the idea of simple microscope, it is very easy to go through the compound microscope. So before moving to the topic in detail, we have to study certain small things so that it will be easy while we are discussing the theory part of microscope. Okay. So first of all, our topic is microscope. So what is a microscope? Microscope is a device used to view very small objects clearly, or used to magnify the small objects. So a microscope is an optical instrument which forms large image of minute and close objects. Clear? Now this microscope is classified into two. Before that, you already studied a term like least distance of distinct vision. What is this? Least distance of distinct vision. What is that? Distinct means clear vision. As for a normal human being, he has a near point as well as a far point. That is the point up to which a person can view the objects clearly without any strain. That is called near point. Okay. For example, if you are placing this pen, okay, at a long distance, and you are moving closer and closer, and finally you, after reaching a particular point from here, here it is very clear, okay. After reaching, again if you are moving towards side, means it will get blurred. The image cannot be viewed clearly. So there is a minimum distance between the human eye and the object where you can view it very clearly. That is called the least distance of distinct vision, or it is known as a near point. For a normal human eye, what is the value? It is 25 centimeter. And again for a normal human eye, the far point is always infinity. Infinity doesn't mean that infinity a long distance, but we can assume that, isn't it? Up to a particular distance you can view the objects clearly. Even you can view the sun and the moon, isn't it? So that you can consider as infinite distance. Clear? So if you can view clearly without any strain, that is the near point. Okay. And again far point is there. That is infinity for a normal human eye. But if there is any change in this near point and far point, it will result in the defects of human eye, like what are they? Myopia, hypermetropia, etc., etc. But this year no need to study that. Already you have studied how to correct it, everything you know. So for a naked eye or for a normal human eye, the least distance of distinct vision is always what? 25 centimeter, and it is also known as the near point. Isn't it? Now far point is infinity. Okay. Now another term that you have to study is visual angle. What is that? Visual angle. angle means the angle subtended by the object with the eye. The angle subtended by the object with the eye. For example, if this is your eye, there is a convex lens placed there, clear. Now, an object is there, okay, object is there. Now, there is an angle which the object makes with the human eye. See, this angle is known as the visual angle. This angle is known as the visual angle. You can say that the height of the object is directly proportional to visual angle. Why I say so? Just to understand only. That is, if the visual angle is very large, you can say that it is highly magnified, or magnification is more. Magnifying power is more. Understand? Visual angle is very high means if the angle is large, the magnification will be large. But if as the visual angle decreases, the height decreases, isn't it? So that the size is also decreasing. Got it? So here already you have studied linear magnification in terms of height of image and height of object. Then you have studied in terms of object distance and image distance as v by u and all. But here we are dealing with angular magnification. Angular magnification or magnifying power. In the case of a optical instrument, you are discussing with what? Angular magnification. So angular magnification is purely based on visual angle. So what is a visual angle? Visual angle means the angle subtended by the object or the image with the human eye. The angle subtended by the object or the image with the human eye. That is called visual angle. Understand? If the visual angle is more means it has high magnification. That is maximum magnification is there. It is close to eye. You are familiar that if you are moving an object at a long distance, the letters may not be clear, isn't it? As you are coming nearer and nearer, you can see it clearly, isn't it? So that as you are coming nearer means close to the eye, the angle is more. The angle will be more, and so the size will be more. So magnification is high, and as it moves from the eye, what happens? The size decreases or the magnification is less. So maximum magnification is close to eye, and as you go from the eye, the magnification becomes less. So it is purely based on the visual angle. So next we are going to define angular magnification or magnifying power. Okay. So we can define angular magnification or magnifying power of an optical instrument as the ratio of the angle subtended by image with the eye to the angle subtended by object with the eye. Understand? Angle subtended by image with the eye to angle subtended by object with the eye. But there are certain conditions. Okay, this is general expression or general definition only. While we are considering simple microscope, compound microscope, even telescope, like that when we are going, for each case we are defining angular magnification differently. It is always a ratio of the image, angle made by image to angle made by object. But there are certain conditions also there. So while I discuss simple microscope, I will make it clear. Understand? So angular magnification or magnifying power is the angle subtended by the image to the angle subtended by the object. Clear? Now we will move to simple microscope. We want to check the details. We want to study the construction, then working, then equation part, derivation. So many things are there. So be careful while I teach. Okay? Listen properly. Okay? So we will move to simple microscope. So simple microscope means it is an optical instrument. Why it is said to be simple, as it consists of only a single convex lens. The thing that you are using in the lab, have you seen that? As a magnifying glass. That is what called simple microscope. So it consists of only a single convex lens of small focal length. Understand? Single convex lens of small focal length. In the case of microscope or telescope, you have to study two cases. And the first case is where you are getting an image at least distance of distinct vision or near point. Understand? When the image is formed at least distance of distinct vision. And the second case is when the image is formed at infinity. These are the two ranges, right? Starting from least distance to infinity. So you are studying, in between so many positions are there, but still we are studying the maximum magnification and the minimum magnification. Maximum magnification where least distance of distinct vision, and minimum magnification where at infinity. So at infinity, or you can call it as normal adjustment, or you can say it as relaxed eye. Not the points, because in question paper normally if you are asked to find the derivation part, only not the word infinity will not be there. Only the word normal adjustment will be there. And students get doubt that whether it is least distance of distinct vision or infinity. So keep it in mind, if it is normal adjustment position or if it is relaxed eye, it means that minimum magnification. Minimum magnification comes at where? Infinity. Clear? Maximum magnification comes at least distance of distinct vision. There you are getting a large visual angle also. The angle made by the image will be more. Anyway, the angle made by the object will not get changed, isn't it? That is fixed. Object will not get changed. You are adjusting the position in such a way that you are getting the image so and so. That I will discuss later. So anyway, the angle made by the image will change depending upon the least distance of distinct vision as well as the infinity point. Understand? So the maximum magnification is always at where? Least distance of distinct vision. That is the first case you have to study. And the second case is when the image is formed at infinity. That means you are looking an object like this, okay. Then you are placing the lens or the magnifying glass like this. You are placing like this, okay. First it will be blurred. And when this particular image is formed at a point, at a distance of 25 centimeter, that is D. Understand? D from the lens, D. Capital D is used to represent least distance of distinct vision. So at a distance of 25 centimeter, you are getting maximum magnification point. That case you have to study. In that case, what is the expression for magnification? That you have to check. Then second case is when the image is formed at infinity. At a long distance, when the image is formed at infinity, you are getting minimum magnification. In such a case, you can say it has a normal adjustment position or for relaxed eye. Okay, so first we will look the construction. First I am drawing the diagram for the image formed at least distance of distinct vision. Okay, so let us look into the construction. So this is the construction for a simple microscope. In simple microscope, you are having only one convex lens. Understand? Only one convex lens. Then you have to place the object in such a way that the object should be between the focus and the optic center. Clear? Between the focus and optic center. Now you have to remember that condition where in the case of convex lens we are getting a virtual and erect image, a magnified image. What is that case? Yes, when the object is placed between F and O. Understand? when the object is placed between F and O, you are getting a virtual and erect image which is magnified also. Okay, so here the first ray passing parallel to the principal axis pass through the focus. Second ray passing through the optic center. Now both are like diverging rays, isn't it? Diverging, the rays are diverging so that it will meet somewhere here, and there you are getting a image which is magnified. Okay, so now we are going to derive an expression for the angular magnification or magnifying power. In the case of simple microscope, the definition goes like this. Look here. Angular magnification of simple microscope is defined as the ratio of the angle beta. Ratio of the angle beta. Beta is the angle used to represent the image. Okay, the angle made by image is always represented by the letter beta, and the angle made by object is always represented by the letter alpha. So ratio of the angle beta subtended by the image at the eye to the angle alpha subtended by the object at the eye, in the condition is both are at the near point. What is the near point? Yes, it is the least distance of distinct vision. Isn't it? Least distance of distinct vision. So check here. This much thing is clear for you because I place the object in between focus and optic center so that you are getting a virtual and erect image. Isn't it? Now, here the condition is what? Both should be at the near point. The object and the image should be at the near point. Anyway, this is the condition where the image is found at the near point. So, you can represent this distance as D. D is the least distance of distinct vision. Clear? Now, you are assuming that this object is also at the near point. By assuming that the object is also at the near point, you are going to derive the expression. Okay. Now, let us mark the angles. For that, this distance, I will name it as A double dash. Already I have given a name A dash. Okay. A double dash. Now, one more thing. I want to mark the angle there. So, this is the angle made by the object. Clear? Make it clear. Okay. Angle made by this is the image. This is the image making an angle with the eye. So, this is beta. Okay. Now, this is what? The object. Assumed object. Even though object is placed here, to write this definition or to derive the expression, we are assuming that the object is also at the near point or the least distance of distinct vision. So that now your object is here. Assume that. Okay. So this is the angle made by the object which can be represented as alpha. Clear? Now you can consider two triangles here. First triangle is, listen carefully, okay. First triangle is A dash, B dash, C. So triangle A dash, B dash, C. That is the first triangle. Now the second one is, listen, A double dash, B dash, C. This is the triangle, okay. A double dash, B dash, C. Okay. Now, in the first triangle, if you are taking the value of tan beta, what will you get? Tan beta is equal to, tan theta is opposite side by adjacent side. Here the opposite side is A dash B dash by adjacent side is B dash C. Okay. Now, in triangle A double dash B dash C, that is A double dash B dash C, what is the value of tan alpha? Tan alpha is A double dash B dash divided by BC, B dash C. Okay, now? Now, here this beta and alpha are very small angles, so you can approximate it to beta and alpha. Tan beta is equal to beta and tan alpha is equal to what? Alpha. So magnification means it is the angle subtended by the image with the eye to the angle subtended by the object with the eye. Condition is both are at the near point. Understand? So m is equal to what? Beta by alpha. Isn't it? So I will substitute the value there. Beta is a dash b dash by b dash c divided by again a double dash b dash by b dash c. So taking the reciprocals, you will get b dash c by a double dash b dash. Clear? Now listen, this will get cancelled. What is a double dash b dash? A double dash b dash is equal to ab. Isn't it? A double dash b dash is equal to ab. So I can write here ab. That is a dash b dash by ab. Okay. Actually what is this? A dash b dash is the height of the image and ab is the height of the object. Actually this is equivalent to the linear magnification now. Also you can prove that this is equal to V by U also, that you have already done in the starting of this chapter. So A dash B dash by AB is equal to V by U. That also you can prove. Okay. Now here what you are going to find is what? The magnification, angular magnification. In terms of D you have to find. Okay. For that what you are going to do is, you have to take the, here I will write the lens equation, that is 1 by V minus 1 by U is equal to 1 by F. 1 by V minus 1 by U equal to. So dividing this equation by V, multiplying the whole equation by V, you will get V by V minus V by U is equal to V by F. Isn't it? Now V by V is 1 minus V by U is actually the magnification, linear magnification, height of the image by height of the object, that is m. Okay, which is equal to V by F. Okay. Now listen, you have to find what? Magnification, right? So 1 minus V by F is equal to m. Clear? Now V means what? The image distance. Here the image distance is what? D, least distance of distinct vision, and according to the Cartesian sign convention you have to apply negative sign since the distance is measured from here. So you have to apply minus D, that is 1 plus D by F. So this is the expression for magnification. Understand? For a simple microscope, when the object is formed at least distance of distinct vision. Clear? Small confusions will be there. By studying it will get cleared. Okay. Once again I will tell. So this is the expression, this is the derivation part for the angular magnification of a simple microscope. Simple microscope consists of only one convex lens of small focal length. Okay. Now you are placing an object between the focus and optic center so that you are getting an image which is virtual and erect on the same side of the object, and it is also magnified. Our purpose is to magnify, right? And the range of vision can be either at the least distance of distinct vision or at infinity. So two cases we have to discuss. Here we are discussing the first case where the image is formed at least distance of distinct vision represented by the letter capital D. Okay. So for each case the definition for angular magnification will be different. In this case, for a simple microscope, it is always the angular magnification means what? Ratio of the angle subtended by the image to the angle subtended by the object. This is the general expression. But here what is the condition? Both should be at the near point. So here you have to assume that the object is also at the near point. Understand? Now, the definition is clear. So magnification can be represented as beta by alpha. For getting beta by alpha, first we are labeling the angles that you know. That is, first is, this is the image. Image makes an angle beta with the eye. Okay. Then extend these lines so that the object should also be at the near point. Then only you have to mark the angle. So object is here. Okay. Then the angle made by object with the eye is given as alpha. So beta by alpha. Tan beta, tan alpha you are taking. The angles are very small, so that tan beta equals beta and tan alpha equal to alpha. And then simplification, you will get M is equal to V by U. You got one expression like V by U or A dash B dash by AB, which is height of image by height of the object. Okay. Now how to prove this, that you have studied in the starting of the lesson. Okay. Now you are taking the length equation 1 by V minus 1 by equal to 1 by F, and you are multiplying the equation by V. You will get 1 minus M equal to V by F. Here you can find M. M is 1 minus V by F, and you are putting V is equal to minus D. D is the least distance of distinction, so that M is equal to 1 plus D by F. So this is the expression for magnification when the object is, when the image is at least distance of distinction. Understood? Now we are moving to the second case. In the second case, we are discussing the case where the image is formed at infinity. Okay. So second case is when the image is at infinity. Okay. So you have to get the image at infinity. So where you have to place the object? For getting image at infinity, you have to place the object at focus. Remember? Okay. So you are placing the object at focus. First ray passing parallel to principal axis pass through the focus on this side, and second ray passing through optic center without any deviation moves. Suppose if you are extending, you can see that here you will get an image that is at infinity, parallel, no? So it will be at infinity. So here the observer is there. Observer is there. Okay. Now, at infinity in the sense, anywhere you can find it, or anywhere it can be formed, that image, isn't it? Here it can be formed, here it can be formed, anywhere you can form the image. It's a vast area, right? Long distance. And here the condition is, both should be at the same point. And what is that suitable point? It should be at a point like D. So again assumption is there. So at a point D from lens, you are assuming the image distance. Understand? Even though it is at infinity, for the derivation part, you are assuming at a point at a distance of D, capital D. Okay. So here you can assume a point and let this distance be D. Okay, na? Now, this distance I can mark like this because the object and image should be at the same point, right? So this distance I can mark it as A dash, this is B dash, this is again A dash. Okay, now here A, B. Okay, now listen. This is the image, right? So anywhere if I am considering image, if this is the image, this is the image, anywhere if I am considering, this is the direction for the angle subtended by it on the human eye. This line, isn't it? Okay. So this is the angle beta. Now for our convenience, I am considering this small triangle. Okay. So from ABC, triangle ABC, what is tan beta? Tan beta is AB by FC. Isn't it? AB by FC. Now the second triangle, the angle made by the object with the human eye, that is marked as alpha, which is a triangle A double dash C B dash. Okay. What is tan beta? Tan alpha is A double dash B dash by B dash C. Clear? Now, A double dash B dash is also equal to AB by B dash C is D, and here again AB by what is FC? FC is the focal length, F, isn't it? F. AB by F. Here AB by D. Okay. Now, magnification M is equal to beta by alpha. Beta by alpha. Angles are small, so you can omit tan. So beta by alpha will give you AB by F by AB by D, isn't it? Or D by F. D by F. Understand? So this is the case where your image is at infinity. Simple only, just understand that, and some assumptions are there, that's all. According to that definition you have to derive, that is the case. So you have to study the definition clearly, then it is easy to derive the expression. That is, here the condition is both are at near point, that is the condition. Then the triangles that you are taking, that also be careful, okay. So here two triangles you are assuming, and for finding the angle subtended by the image you are taking the triangle ABC, small triangle. Then again A dash B dash C, and you are deriving the expressions, and you get M is equal to D by F. So for the first condition, that is when the image is at least distance of distinction, M is equal to 1 plus D by F, and when the image is at infinity, M is equal to D by F. Clear? So if you are getting a clear idea about this simple microscope, we can easily move to compound microscope. Okay.